I just wanted to create this recording, this video, to further explain the review form which you're supposed to use to evaluate the perfect picture, which is one of the simple narrative essays, and to evaluate An American Childhood, another simple narrative essay. I just opened the review form. The first question has to do with titles. Titles are very important. But in order to answer this question, you have to know qualities of good titles. Good titles have two main qualities, one of which is that they are precise enough. In other words, to some extent, they forecast, they predict what the rest of the essay is going to be about. When you finish reading the perfect picture, for example, you have to be able to say, oh, yes, the title to some extent forecast or predict what the remainder of the essay is going to be about. But the keyword is enough. The title doesn't have to be 100% precise. It has to be precise enough. You are able to conclude, aha, you understand why the writer decided to have this title. You are able to conclude that there is some connection between the title and the remainder of the essay. But the other quality is also important. The other quality is that the title must be captivating enough. In other words, the title must make you want to keep reading the essay, must make you wonder. The title must intrigue you. If the title doesn't intrigue you, you may stop there. You may not want to read the introduction of the essay. So the title must be captivating enough. The keyword is enough. The title doesn't have to be 100% captivating, but it has to be captivating enough. It has to be intriguing enough. The keyword again is enough. Some titles are more captivating than precise. Other titles are more precise than captivating. Once again, the keyword is enough. The second question has to do with organization. As you know, great narrative essays have a beginning, a middle, and an end. In the beginning, you know some key pieces of information. For example, you know where the story takes place, some of the people involved in the story, you know the point of view of the story. That means whether the story is a first-person story or whether the story is a third-person story. And to some extent, you can start guessing what the remainder of the essay is going to discuss. Also, you have to be able to feel that you can go from one paragraph of the essay to the next paragraph with ease. You don't feel that you are jumping. You're not jumping because the paragraphs are well hooked. The writer uses good transition to connect the body paragraph. You have also to pay attention to inside of each body paragraph. That's where the word coherent comes into place. You have to feel each body paragraph is very focused. You can tell what aspect of the story the paragraph or what moment of the story the paragraph is dealing with. Okay, you have to feel all the sentences and every paragraph belong there. And you also have to feel that you can go from one sentence to the next sentence in every paragraph with ease. In other words, you can feel that all the sentences are well connected. This question, number 3, has to do with descriptiveness. You're supposed to say whether the essay is descriptive enough, whether the writers tries to show you rather than just telling you, whether the writer try to let you see what he or she saw, what she felt, what he or she was thinking. So what I have to um, um, help you be in the moment, through the use of descriptive detail, to the use of sensory details. In order to answer this question very well, you need to go here, because here you will find great resources that explain descriptive techniques professional writers use to construct the sentences. It's similarly, you have to go here, um, uh, to further understand how to organize a narrative essay. There are this. If you click here, you will find great resources that explain how to tell a story, how to organize a story, how to use great transitions. So the key is this. This page is very important. Before you do anything, you have to go here to prepare yourself. Okay, you have to go here to understand everything you're supposed to understand. People always say the more you know, the more you see. So you're going to learn a lot through going to this page, and you're going to use what you know to understand the simple essays, to understand the strengths, to understand what the writers use to organize them, to develop them. Another questions that you have, that's question number 4. Question number 4 has to do with sentence structure. Yes, essays are very important. They have to be interesting. In order for them to be interesting, people who write them need to know how to construct their sentences in so many different ways. If all the sentences are the same, the essays will be too boring. So you have to be able to see some sentences are short, some sentences are long, some sentences are in between. You have to be able to see some sentences begin with a subject, while some sentences begin with something else. You are able to see some sentences, are simple sentences, other sentences are compound sentences, still other sentences are complex sentences. There was another type of there was another type called compound complex sentences. How are you going to know about all these things? Is to go here. If you go to the announcement section, you're able to see a group. You're able to see some resources that I have for you that explain different type of sentences. Right here. 1, 2, 3 resources that will help you understand techniques professional writers use to diversify the sentences. Probably you have heard people saying variety is the spice of life. This is true. For essay writing, you cannot write all your sentences the same way all the time. You have to vary them. But in order to vary them, you have to know how. So in order to know how, you have to delve into these 3 resources. So the key is, prior to answering question number 4 in the reform, you need to understand these 3 resources you see here. I think I explained this very well. I'm going back to other questions that we have here. Scroll down. I'm going to question number 5. Question number 5. Let me see. I can scroll down further. Okay, I can. So I'm asking you, how does the essay keep your interest? You have to answer that. For example, the perfect picture, when you see this title, perfect picture, because nothing is perfect. I mean, that's grab your attention. So you have to keep reading to understand why the title is that way. And as you keep reading, you have to be able to find ways the writer uh, um, um, try to help you not to stop. Ways that the writer, techniques that the writer use in the essay to convince you to keep reading. I cannot tell you from my head what these techniques are. It's up to you to read the essay very carefully to figure out what in this essay um, um, help you keep reading them. Next question, about number 6, about the significance of the essay. Well, writers, they don't write narrative essays for the sake of writing them. They write them because they have a message they want to communicate. So when you read the simple essays, if you can say these simple essays are relatable, you can relate to them. If you learn something from them, if you can feel that they have lessons in them, okay? You can, for example, there are other ways you can talk about significance. If you can say, oh, now I understand why the writer decided to write them. You're able to see, for example, how the essay for a change the writer's life for the better or the worse. So all this, if you can get some great takeaways from any of the essays, you have to be able to conclude that the essay is significant. Yes, it's significant. The essay is not garbage. Is not garbage. The essay is important, is useful. That's what that means. And then the last question is an open-ended question. Say, if the essay were yours, how would you make it better? Okay? In other words, what would you add, delete, and or change? So it's up to you to decide how you want to answer the last question. And the good thing is that if you understand how to reply this review form to the perfect picture and American childhood, guess what? You should be able to apply the same review form to your own narrative essays, and as a result, you will be able to locate strengths in them and make them bigger strengths, and more importantly, you'll be able to transform weaknesses in them into strengths. And that's all. If you need further information, feel free to contact me, and I'll be more than happy to further help you.